Good afternoon, it is Saturday the 4th of January. It's just about to turn 4:30 and I'm just about to set off on an Uber shift. Nothing really much to report. I checked the weather because you know what people like, they love to flap. Apparently it's supposed to be snowing tonight from about 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock tomorrow. I don't believe that, I've never seen that in my life, but let's see if we run into a little bit of snow and see what happens. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of an update shortly. So it's just turned 5:30. First job I was in Ormskirk, 464 for 1.7 miles. I then took a job which was £13.03, which was 7.4 miles from Ormskirk to Southport. Wasn't the greatest, but I thought I wanted to get over towards Southport. I feel like there's maybe a little bit more happening. It just depends on the night. And it's just popped up just as I press record on this. They've just given me a £5 tip as well, which was good. So I got £18.03 for the 7 miles, which was good. And then got into Southport and I was dropping them off at the Southport market, like the little indoor food eatery place, and it was a collection from the same address. So as they were getting out, the other couple were getting straight in. So that was £3.77 for 1.6 miles. So yeah, that's the first hour done. £26.44. But granted, £5 of that was a tip, so it's just luck really. So in reality, probably, you know, it's £21.44. But yeah, it looks, town looks busier tonight. The roads are a lot busier. It's just Saturday. I think people just have more of an urge to come out on a Saturday. All the gritters are out, being very dramatic. But other than that, yeah, not too bad. So I'll keep you posted shortly. So little update, it's just after 7:30, so it's been 2 hours since the last update. It's been okay. The job seemed really short again, a bit like yesterday. It just seems a bit weird, but like the hourly rate is quite good. So anyway, after the last update, I waited around for about 15 minutes until I was offered the job. It was £5.47 for 2.2 miles. And then I had a £4.17 for 0.8 of a mile. £3.65 for 1.3. A priority. I've been getting quite a few priorities lately. I don't know why, because it's not like it's busy, so people can just book an X, but people are booking priorities instead. I don't know, but anyway, I got £7.14 for just over 2 miles. Then I had a £5.60 for 2.5 miles, £3.75 for 1.3 miles, £3.89 for 1.6 miles, £5.80 for 2.6 miles, £3.71 for 1.4 miles, and then I had another priority just then, which was £9.72 for 3.3 miles. So that puts me currently on £82.34. £82.34. I've done 3 hours, so I'm on around £27.50 an hour. Yeah, which isn't too bad really, considering. But yeah, there just seems to be like a kind of a lot of waiting around. I don't know, like it feels really quiet and dead, but I'm getting £27.50 an hour, you know, which is okay, you know, which is good. You know, Saturday nights are normally busier. You're normally getting at least £30 an hour, if not a bit more. So like, I'm not complaining. It's just that it's yeah, it just feels really quiet. It's like now I'm logged on, but nothing's coming through, and it's a Saturday night. Whereas normally it's, you know, ping after ping after ping. But yeah, I don't know, it's not too bad. Just coming up to about half a tank now. EVs just hate the cold, so like, came out on a full tank, which on the dash it says about 128 or 130, but you never really believe that with an EV because of the regenerative braking. So basically, I've used half a tank and I've done 54 miles, which would mean if I do that exactly the same again, I've got another 54 miles. But then it's saying that I've only got 44 miles left. But how can that be? And this is all part of like the trick with EVs. Because if I drive exactly the same now as what I have done, I'll get another 54. But the car is predicting that I'll only get 44. So it's one of the things. Temperature's still around 2 degrees. It is freezing out, so I've been having the heating on more than what I normally would. But yeah, other than that, not too bad. I'm going to have to get on a charger, but I've still got, as you know, until about 10 o'clock until the prices for the off-peak tariff. So yeah, I'll see what happens over the next 2.5 hours, and I'll keep you posted. So a little update. The last one was about 8:30, I believe. So yeah, I had a job at 8:31. That was 5.71 for 3.1 miles, and then at 5.33 for 2.7 miles, 4.58 for 1.4 miles, £4 for 1.1 miles, 4.67 for 1.6 miles, and my battery was kind of running low. I'd fallen below 20 miles, but I thought, well, I'll just keep chipping away at some more of these smaller jobs. So I got to the charging point for 10 o'clock. So I then done an XL, which was £8.66 for 2.1 miles. I then drove over to the charging point. It was like 5 to 10 at that point, and sat there for about 5 minutes and then plugged it in at pretty much bang on 10 o'clock. It is 20 past 11 now, so it's been like an hour and 20, but I was completely like empty. It was almost in limp mode, to be honest. It had gone off. It didn't tell me how many miles were left. So yeah, I've been here a little bit longer. I'm squeezing as much in as I can, really. It's like now it's on 97%, and it's only charging at 7.6 kilowatt, which is basically what my home charger does. So you know, so that's fast for a home charger, but it's slow for a like a rapid charger. So yeah, I'll probably wait here for another 5 or 10 minutes, get this up to like probably 99%, but we won't be far off 100%, and then I'll carry on. So I'm currently on £130 and change, and I've done 5.5 hours. So it works out at about £23.60 an hour I'm currently on. And the drive time, I've only done 3 hours 42 minutes of that 5.5 hours that I've actually been logged on. So yeah, as you can see, you know, 2 hours of that is was basically just sitting around doing nothing. I know some of that is obviously driving to the customers as well, but I haven't been driving much distance at all to the customers. You know, they've either been like half a mile away, or some of them have been at the same destination as where I was dropping the previous customer off. So yeah, a lot of that has just been waiting round time. The weather, it's down to 1 degree. It is snowing quite a lot. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but yeah, there's lots of snow coming down. But it's kind of been half snowing, half raining for about an hour, so all the floors soaking wet, saturated. It's kind of sticking to the roof of the car, but everywhere else it's just running down, like on the windows. It's basically just rain. Yeah, so unless it completely stops raining and the snow starts coming down stronger, I can't see it going to stick, to be honest. But yeah, so I'll let you know in about an hour how I'm getting on and how the weather is. Catch you then. So it's just turned 1:30. It's been about 2 hours thereabouts since I carried on after charging up. So I came back online straight into an XL job, 7.43 for 1.4 miles, and then a 6.18 for 2.7 miles, £9.02 for 2.1 miles, 7.79 for 3.3 miles, an 8.31 for 4.5 miles, and then I've just done an XL which was £7.7, which was 1.2 miles. It was basically just from Birkdale, just bringing them back into Southport. I got there and they all started piling in the back. Someone shouts, "Oh, someone will have to get in the front." And then I hear someone in the back say to someone, "Oh, you'll just have to sit on my knee." So I was like, "Oh, there we go." So I turned around and lo and behold, there's 6 of them in the back when there's only 5 seats. So there's 4 on the back row of 3 seats. So I said to him, "No, you can't do that." I said, I'm only licensed to take 6. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it'll be alright, we're only going round the corner." I said, "No, I'm not doing it." I said, I can have my licence taken off me. And this lad sat there being all cocky, and he's like, yeah, I'll pay the fine. I said, "Doesn't work like that, mate." I said, "Look," "there's either 5 in the back and 1 in the front, or we're not going anywhere." So they were like, "Oh, right, okay, yeah, someone's going to have to get out." And I said, "Also, what's that in your hand? That you're going to have to lose that." He sat there with like a full glass with the straw sticking out of it and everything. So he's like, "All right, okay." So the back door's still open. He just launches it out onto the street and smashes the glass all over the place. Like, what an absolute clown. So 2 of them end up getting out anyway, and I went and dropped them off. And then she'd mentioned, she was talking to them, and she said, "Oh, it's cost me £12 something, this job," whereas I got paid £7 something. So yeah, Uber took £5 of commission for that one job. So yeah, I've just accepted another job anyway. It's another XL job. So I'll go and pick these up, and I'll update you shortly. Oh, I'll give you the total. I think I'm on about, what was I on? I think I was on like 175 or something. 176 I'm on. So I've done 7.5 hours. So I'm currently on £32 an hour, which isn't too bad. Yeah, so I'll catch you in a bit. Well, I can't see me staying out much longer in this. As you can see, the gritters have made a fantastic job, and yeah, just driving around, the wheels are just basically spinning everywhere. So I'm fully locked up now, and I'm just sliding down the hill basically. So yeah, I'm actually just picking the customer up now and heading back towards where I live, and then obviously I'll just call it a night. The roads are just too bad to stay out now. So I'll give you a little update in a bit when I get home. So as you've just seen by the little clip beforehand of the amount of snow, basically I've been snowed off and I've had to come back. So after the last update, which was 1:30, was it? Yeah. I've done a little £5.89. I was still in Southport for 3.3 miles. And then I thought I'm going to start heading back to Ormskirk now. As I was coming back into Ormskirk, the snow was a hell of a lot thicker, and it just started sticking to the floor straight away. Completely different to how it was in Southport. So I had a surge job, which was £4.51 for 0.8 of a mile. That was just picking someone up from the town centre, taking them back to the university. And then after I dropped there off, I was coming down like a bit of a hill, and I was doing less than 20 miles an hour, and you're really slowly braking, but it just keeps like locking up, it's just sliding everywhere, and I thought, oh, this is ridiculous, because you're going to end up nudging into something. Even if it was just the curb, you're going to damage your alloy. If you hit another car, an insurance job, if you've got passengers in, you know, all sorts of claims will be going in left, right and centre, and I just couldn't be faffed. I thought, oh, I'm going to head home. And then a job popped up from pretty much where I was going to Bearscough, so I thought, well, I'm pretty much driving past that way anyway, so I went and picked them up, and they were like, bloody hell, look at the snow. So we done 20 mile an hour all the way to Bearscough to drop them off, so we got 9:37 for 4.6 miles, and then basically spent like 20-25 minutes driving home from there, which is normally like 10 minutes or so. Yeah, the snow was just really bad, because the grit, as if they've been out, has just had zero effect, and I was the only person that had been on the roads. So normally, obviously, if there's other cars that have been down there, you can kind of follow their tracks a little bit, but everything was just completely white. And like I said, if you came to a little bit of a hill, it starts spinning a little bit. It's obviously a little bit more temperamental when you're in an EV, because there's like so much torque that goes through to the wheels. I don't notice it as much in my Audi, obviously, because it's a four-wheel drive, but in this it's not. You know, and then when you're coming down hills again, you're having to go like really slow, and then you can feel like the brakes like trying the best, and like they're locking up. So yeah, I just call that a day basically. So I ended up finishing on 2:05:53. I've done 8.5 hours, so that's coming in at £24.18 an hour. So the hourly rate has dropped a bit, obviously, because, you know, I've spent time, or wasted time really, driving from Southport over to Ormskirk, and then basically getting snowed off. You know, I've still got enough electric to probably do another hour and a half probably, you know, so I could have made another, especially if the job's starting to surge because of the snow, with the rope, maybe another £30-40 at least, but it's just not worth risking it. What have I done? I've done 32 trips. I've only done 5 hours 54 drive, so just short of 6 hours, but I've been online for 8.5. Yeah, so quite a quiet night, but just before this, you know, last hour, it wasn't too bad. It was like £30 an hour, so yeah, all in all, not too bad. See how the snow is going to be now. Check the forecast, it's supposed to be snowing. Hopefully it is, you know, because I'm not working tomorrow. Anything else? Just see if I take any screenshots of any ridiculous jobs. Some daft jobs I was getting offered, you know, like 20 miles over towards Preston for £1 a mile. I was offered a job, Ormskirk over to L1, so it was 20 miles for £20. Again, rubbish job. When I came offline at, what time was it, 2 o'clock, trips completed 7, trips offered 27. So you can see how many jobs were being offered to me, and they were just ridiculous. I had another job offer when I was in Southport. It was a mile away. They wanted me to take someone to Birkenhead. It's basically, with the weather conditions and everything, you're looking at an hour and 20, if not a bit longer. They're claiming it was going to come to 23 miles, but it's definitely further than that, and they were offering £32. Bearing in mind, you then have to go through the tunnel and then back through the tunnel. I can't remember what the price is. Last time I went through it, it was like £2.50 or something, you know, so it's like a £5 in tolls, and then you're miles away from where I live anyway. So yeah, didn't do that. What else is there? I think that was about it really. Yeah, just took a picture of a couple of little ones, but yeah, nothing major. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.